Hello, this is Colin Bowyer, and it's been a while to record another podcast for the 4-Mark Supercar Club in the infamous dimly lit studio. Actually, we're not quite in the dimly lit studio, but that's enough about the situation. I am here this evening with Greg, and everybody knows Greg. In fact, everybody knows Stuart as well. Both been very quiet, but it's about time you said something. Good evening, chaps.
Good evening.
Colin, it's been a long time.
Too long. But we're here now. Let's crack on and talk about stuff. And there's 2 items on the agenda tonight, and they're kind of both around Stuart, although the latter is both of you in the club. Stuart, we're going to have a little chat about you, get the inside intel on who you are, why you are. No, I'm not going to do any of that.
That won't take long.
Interrogation.
Yeah, that's 30 seconds done. And then we're actually going to talk about the tours of the 4-Mark Supercar Club, which I've been wanting to do for a while, actually.
Yes, you have been mentioning it.
It's a start. There may be more to follow, but let's see how we pack it in this evening. But first things first, Stuart, can I ask you some personal questions?
Okay.
Oh, the look. All right, that's I've had to change half of them. Nice and easy questions. How long have you been a member of the club? It's been a while?
Apparently it was 2019, Greg tells me, in May.
2019.
It feels like 18, 19.
And I'm going to go even deeper than that. How did you two meet? Did you meet each other when you joined the club, or...?
No, I came across the 4-Mark Supercar Club on social media. A few of my friends were members, and I thought, oh, that looks like a good club to go and join. So
Let's bring them in then. So who was already a member when you
That's name and
joined?
shame.
Can you remember?
oh, blimey, I have to come up with names. That's wrong, isn't it? That's not good, is it? I'm dreadful with names.
Jim, Steve, Fred.
Okay, so there was people in the club already that you knew.
Yeah,
they were.
yeah.
And are they still members? Or are we just going to...
Well, we can't remember who they were. He doesn't speak to them anymore.
Yeah,
I've been blocked.
yeah. Most of them are in jail.
My solicitor said I can't contact them anymore.
No. Those damn restraining orders. It can be quite an inconvenience. All right, let's move swiftly on. You've been a member for quite a while. And I think it's entirely appropriate to ask for a bit of a car history. What was the car you had when you joined the club? Can you remember that?
Ford Mustang, 2017, and had that supercharged and everything. So I had a Roush supercharger stage 2, so that was pushing out 750 brake horsepower.
Very
Lovely
nice.
car. Used to take that to Santapod quite a bit. Done quite a few tours and trips in it, and
That power that thankfully you always had full control of that, didn't you?
Yes, thank you for that. Yes.
What didn't it get airborne at some point?
It may have done, but I don't wish to go down that route.
We do. You're outvoted.
Come on, let's quickly get that story.
Right,
Go on, Bardim. What happened?
No, I'm not discussing that. That's not coming out.
That's another podcast. While you're
It
not
takes
here.
something to get a car off the ground, doesn't it? And I managed to get all 4 wheels off the ground. So,
It's a great story. It's a great
It
story.
took them a year to put
yeah.
it back together, though, didn't it? So that was a long story. So, yes.
All right, let's move
So
swiftly on
Mustang was one.
Yeah, and then I partnered that with the Maserati Grand Cabriolet Centennial model, and convertible. So that was a lovely car. Still got that now, and really enjoy the Maserati. It's my second one. I had a Gran Turismo a few years before, and great car,
Yeah,
great for touring.
The Maserati Grand Cabrio or the Gran Turismo. They could be one of the best sounding cars in the club, aren't they?
I think so, but I can't afford a TDF, so...
Oh, I see. Yeah, no, but they do sound great. They are, they're a lovely car anyway, but the soundtrack is awesome.
Yeah, well, it's got the Ferrari engine, and it's in the front of the car, so it's got plenty of time to get to the back of the car and echo down those pipes. So
Lovely. Does sound nice. Had it
Pretty
many
good.
times. We always like talking about the supercars and the good cars. Go on, fess up. What's the worst car you've ever owned? Something mildly embarrassing, if not completely embarrassing. Oh, here it comes. Is the pause because there's quite a choice?
Well, yeah, I've had lots of bad cars. Probably a Carlton, I should think. A Vauxhall Carlton was
lovely.
probably...
back in the day.
It wasn't a Lotus Colton, though, was it?
No, unfortunately. But it was the executive one at the time. I've forgotten what it was, but it was
Back in the 80s or 90s?
No, it was early thousands, and But every time you went around a corner, the back wanted to overtake you, especially if it had been raining. It was very tail happy.
Bit loose.
I had a 3-litre Senator. Which looks basically the same as a Colton, doesn't it?
But about a foot longer.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I used to really like that, but the Colton was not for you.
It was a fun car once you got used to it sliding everywhere. So,
which in itself is lots of fun.
What was your first car?
Ooh.
My first car was actually a van, so an Escort van.
Yeah, moving swiftly on.
Quality.
Dream car. All the money in the world. What would be your first choice?
TDF.
Okay.
So that's a Ferrari F12 TDF, I take it.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah, not the yellow one. That would be the one.
Any plans to change the Mazda for something?
Well, yes and no.
I've
toyed with the idea a number of times, but it's very difficult because we do a lot of tours. So I want something that's got plenty of space, and I like having the roof down. That turns it into more of a go-kart, makes it really good, especially when you're up in the mountains and everything, doing the hairpins. You've got so much better visibility.
Yeah, no, I see where you're coming from. No pun intended. And that kind of moves nicely on to touring. You've got a bit of a history in that regard. You've done lots of touring, all here, there, and everywhere. Give us the executive summary of your touring experiences.
Blimey.
How many do you reckon? Just like
the best, the
not
worst.
Calculated, but a rough guess. How many do you think you've done?
I don't know. It's got to be between 20 and 30, I should think.
Ooh, blimey.
Yeah, I've been to most countries in Europe.
Cool.
Still doing it at the moment. So, yeah.
Ticking them off.
Best, aside from the 4 Marks tours, of course, but what a highlight, one of your faves, places, roads? Countries?
Norway was really good.
Oh, okay.
So, that was smashing.
Because awesome roads,
open
obviously
roads,
scenery, stay the obvious, yeah.
Open roads, not a lot of traffic, and also Corsica.
Oh, okay.
Lovely country. We're actually looking at going there for next year's tour. So,
indeed, that might come up later in conversation as it should. I can't remember. We've had the conversation. Motorbikes? No, it's not your bag. It's more houses. Oh, bikes as well. Okay, so a fair bit of touring on motorbikes.
Not a massive amount, mainly UK stuff. So
there are a few bikers in the club. I think it'd be entirely appropriate to give us a few examples of bikes you've owned or what you've toured in. All right, that's the end of that. Moving now. No,
I used to have a DT50.
I don't even know what that is.
I had the AR50.
Oh, did you?
Well, that sounds like a medical condition, and that does sound like a motorbike. I know I've had a few bikes in my time. I've owned a Fireblade and a BMW R1200.
Yeah, they're grown-up bikes, aren't they?
Yeah, yes. But then I became a dad, and the wiring changed in my head. Right, they're out. I'm going to get myself a nice car.
I had the GS 1200.
Yeah.
Did you?
The Adventurer or the straight?
Yeah, the Adventurer.
Yeah, no, I just went GS with all the gizmos on it, which was good fun. Did a trip to Monaco many years ago. In fact, the trip we did to Monaco this year, that's the first time I've been back since doing the same on a motorbike or something similar. Right, I think we should move on to the tours, which obviously brings you into the discussion more so. How did it all come about? Where did it start? Was it, again, a dimly lit pub? I thought, I've got an idea. How did it come about?
Really, there was no plan, and I couldn't put my hand on my heart and say where the inspiration actually came from that. I mean, maybe it was chatting to you, Stuart.
Just slowly arose, didn't it, really? Well, I signed up on the first tour as such, going down to Monaco that time. And
that was... Tell us when was that? How many years ago? How many Euro tours have we done?
21, was it? 22. 22.
Okay.
So and that was a great trip, and we just got talking on that tour before and after and during, and just looked at how it could be improved and what we could do to put our own spin on it and make it a little bit more bespoke, and and then I was heavily involved in the next year's one, and we had a third party involved in that, and we went to Lake Maggiore in Italy, And that was another really good trip and everything. And say once again, we had a third party involved, but I was involved in a lot of the requirements and what
Hotels.
we wanted to do to tailor make it, basically. So and then once again we learnt some more from it and got chatting, and then
we
said
could do it, couldn't we? We didn't even need a third party, really, did we? We realised that you'd put most of the structure of it together. We had the facility to roll it out, and we realised we could just keep it all in house, which actually reduced the cost.
well, that was the main
everybody.
thing, really. It was the additional costs involved in having a third party that obviously needed to make profits out of it and everything else. Whereas we weren't thinking about profit for other companies, third parties, and things. We just wanted to get as much as possible for the members who were going on the tour, to keep it as cost effective as possible. And as a result, we could get better hotels and spend more money on them, and then the things that we do when we're away.
So it was the Pyrenees was the first one you'd kind of organised yourself, or was it one before that?
No, the Pyrenees was the first one we sorted
did on
out
our own.
completely
Yeah.
on our own. Yeah.
We'd be involved in the other previous tours.
Yes, yeah.
But we had someone run it for us, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So the Pyrenees, that was my first. Oh, man, it was just the best thing ever. I mean, that was lifelong memories of roads, friends, hotels, food, one or two experiences. That was a great trip. Absolutely love that.
And that was your first one.
It was.
I think you've been on all of these tours, haven't you, since that one?
Yeah, we've done the Cotswolds, North Wales, and recently the Lake District, which were all absolutely fantastic. I mean, which one should we talk about? I mean, the one we did this year, the Monte Carlo tour. I mean, that was just awesome. Staying in the Hotel de Paris in Casino Square. You know, for a petrol head, it doesn't get any better than that, in my opinion. And one of my favourite, there were a few favourite parts of that, and we've all got our own wonderful memories of it. And thank you, Greg. You filmed it for me. Is getting in my car outside the hotel. Nice man with a hat. Brought the car around.
It's quite iconic, especially on social media, isn't it? Of people picking up their supercar keys from outside Hotel de Paris. And you were there getting the keys off the concierge, and
cost me €10.
They drove it up 3 feet. You got in, paid them a load of money.
Yeah. In fact, that evening when you filmed that, there wasn't too many of us went out, which was fine. But of course, it was the end of May. And we were able to drive the F1 circuit.
It was laid out, wasn't it? Yeah.
So I think the plan was to do it 2 or 3 times, but after 5 or 6 goes, just one more and I'll be fine. I've got it out of my system. I mean, the only downside there, of course, is I don't think I went above 40 mile an hour and never got into 4th gear.
I don't know, in the tunnel, I think we stopped in the tunnel, bunched up. All 3 of us were there, weren't they?
Yeah.
And we then just hammered it, didn't we?
Yeah.
But they're a bit funny. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure a lot of the listeners will have been to Monaco and might already know this, but they're not massively into cars, are they? They kind of, it's a bit of a nuisance for them.
Well, they're 10 a penny there, aren't they? I did get told off.
I know you did. There's footage of you being told off.
A year or 2 beforehand, wasn't it? With me and the Hoff.
And what was the phrase that this gendarme said?
Vroom. Had to slow it down. He was going to take the car away. Yeah.
Really? So they don't.
So it's a bit of a problem for them. They don't want you driving fast at all, do they?
Or making a noise. That was the thing with me coming through Casino Square. So not that I was being particularly noisy, but some guy there with his camera was asking me to give it a little pop, so I gave it a little pop and then got told off.
Next thing you know.
And you never know, do you? You never know that you're in a foreign country, you don't know what their rules or regs are. You could be handing the keys over to them, couldn't you? If you're not careful.
Not long later.
And still ignored it. And again, sticking with that particular tour, what an incredible start we had by doing a few laps of Brands Hatch. Again,
so private hire of the track.
Yeah.
So we were able to meet on the start and finish straight.
Yeah.
We did have driver's briefing on the start and finish line, didn't we? Which was cool.
Well, we wanted to give it a nice special beginning, didn't we? Rather than just meeting at the tunnel or leaving a hotel. It was just, a good start on the grid line to get going on our adventure.
And great photos as well of all the cars parked up. I was quite lucky there. I don't know how I managed it, but I was at the front. Either way, it was pretty awesome. And again, so many just great memories of that trip. And even before agreeing to do this, I thought I'm going to have a quick look through the photos. And there was one other event, not all of us went on, but it was a day we went to visit the Lamborghini and the Pagani museums, and in between the two was time for lunch, and we ended up trying to find somewhere between us. There's only 3 cars, so there was 6 of us. Was that about right? 3, 6. It was
so we were right in the heart of Modena and all of the factories there. So Ferrari was a big draw. In fact, the 3 of us had already done that, hadn't we, in previous years? The Ferrari factory, hadn't you?
Not that one.
Well, you came out with us, didn't you? You came out with us to the Fiorano.
Yes, but it was a different museum, wasn't it? Wasn't the... No, I didn't do the Ferrari museum.
We did, because I lost my passport, do you remember?
That wasn't on a tour, though. That was a slightly slip. Yeah, okay. You did lose your passport, and that was...
that was a slightly was exciting scenario, should we say? I was slightly concerned.
Yeah. So we're trying to get the bus to come back or something.
And, you know, in true form, we were ready to just leave you behind.
I know you were. And to be honest, I don't blame you. I would have done the same.
Yeah. Anyway.
So we're on tour. We're in the heart of where all the factories are, like you say.
And we wanted some lunch. And we did.
Well, we went off. Obviously, there was, 18, 20 cars or whatever, but everyone decided to do their own thing, and there was 3 cars that wanted to go off and do. There's actually 2 Lamborghini museums. There's the current Lamborghini factory, which is obviously owned by VAG, and then there's the original Lamborghini museum owned by the family. And in previous years we'd done the current Lamborghini factory, but no one had done the original family museum, so we all went off to have a look around that, which was great. And then, like you say, we were trying to find somewhere for lunch after the Lamborghini museum, and we stopped at that horrific place, didn't we? Because it was on Google Maps, and we went in, and I wasn't totally convinced we were going to ever come out again.
It was a hotel, but there's nobody. A couple of blokes sitting outside.
It was completely
very weird,
empty. Though, wasn't
that was the good news for us, because not far up the road we found this sort of family French restaurant, and it felt like you were sitting in their garden of their house.
Yeah,
and we
beautiful,
had,
like little farmhouse, wasn't it? And we sat out in the sunshine.
Yeah, we had the best meal ever, didn't we?
It was good.
Just,
no, Stuart, you weren't there for that, were you?
No.
So
I was in Parma.
So you'd gone off to Parma, right? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Touring the city there.
But it was wonderful. The food was awesome, and it was just all cozy. You felt quite off the beaten track, didn't feel like a tourist.
It was very casual, and lots of banter. And then after that, we went and did the Pagani Museum.
Which
factory,
was incredible, absolutely incredible. Museum was great.
So you at the same while we were doing this, you'd gone off to Parma. So what? Talk to us about Parma. That's where the ham comes from, I believe. Yeah. Did you buy any ham?
Did we? Heck? No. We went and had a nice lunch and a wander around and that, but it was stupidly hot. It was a very, very hot day. And we're walking around with Rachel and Phil Edwards and Cheryl and Tony. And we had a lovely day out there, and then back to the hotel to use the facilities. So all the spa and everything else. So that was all really nice. Yeah. And the saunas and everything. So very good.
That's the nice thing about the tours. Obviously, you fix certain events and dinners group, and then any other night or a few nights is please yourself. We'd go and find a nice appropriate pizza restaurant, wouldn't we? Or that's what we've done in the past. That's a nice thing. The way you put these things together is we're all together.
Yeah, there's some flexibility, isn't there? Some of it's arranged, some of it is left flexible for you to tailor your night to your own taste. So you might be with a friend, or you might be with your wife. Yep. You might want a romantic meal, or you might want to go. We had many a romantic meal, Colin.
Yeah. Were they all romantic? Well, you speak for yourself. Anyway, it was just wonderful.
I felt loved up.
Well, I'm glad one of us did. So, no, that's good. Yeah, and of course it's all about the driving, which is great. And one of the things I remembered is whenever we hit the toll booths or the toll stations, there's always a fair bit of banter on the radios, mostly coming from you actually, to wind people up, say, right, who's going to be first out the gates.
So there's anyone that hasn't driven across Europe, these toll gates, what are they, like 25 gates across?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah.
And you can look across. So you're all sort of lining up almost like on a grid. And just because you get to the gate first doesn't mean you're going to be the first out the other side.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of admin to do, isn't there? You've got to reach across and bleep and whatnot. And yes, it's quite good fun seeing who gets out of the
We had some on the Lake
first.
District one, didn't we, on M6 toll road.
Oh,
First person who got to the gate was the last one through, I think.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. But let's chat about obviously some of the tours we've done in the UK in no particular order. So we did the Cotswold tour. It was a year ago now. That would have been back into last year. We did the Cotswolds.
No, it's beginning of this year.
There you
It was,
go.
beginning of May, wasn't it?
But we'd done a Welsh one previously, hadn't we?
Yeah.
Wrong way around.
I
Was it
think that
North
was
Wales?
September, wasn't it, last year?
Yeah. We're quite lucky with the weather with that, actually. Obviously,
Very
North
lucky.
Wales, we could just hammer it down. But that was awesome. Great hotels, great course, great roads, which I'm very familiar with coming from the north. Myself,
Do they have roads up there? Do they, Colin?
they do if you're brave enough
Are
to
they
drive
tarmac?
on some. So what, sorry?
In Liverpool, do they tarmac their roads?
Where's this going? What's your point? They are now.
Are they?
You know, back in my day,
This
late
100
80s. Well, of course, the Lake District tour did take us into Liverpool. We stayed in.
Yeah, we accidentally
got lost.
didn't we? We got lost.
Well, we got some security.
I managed to leave Liverpool with all my wheels as well. Which
Honestly, I'm not
well,
happy
you
with
did,
this.
but not everybody did.
No.
Where's the stop button? But the funny thing, the hotel we stayed in near Chester was awesome, proper castle and all that. And if anybody's been to the website or not, go and have a look because that was a fantastic hotel. And then we headed off into Liverpool to see BAC Mono and have an amazing tour of their
Yeah, we
their
were very
factory.
lucky, actually.
Yeah.
We've got a great relationship with those guys. And
Yeah.
Luke came in on his weekend off to do us a private.
He did, wasn't it?
Private tour.
His wife's birthday,
It
his
was
birthday, somebody's birthday.
It was,
or
yeah. I think he was
anniversary.
going to get into a bit of trouble when he got home,
Yeah.
but he sacrificed that for us.
And just, I was going to say, when we did an incredible tour there, and it was just great to see these cars from literally start to finish.
Built and designed, the design studio.
And then just when he thought he could escape and go home, we had a little bit of spare time before lunch. So we went on a little bit of a tour of the city of Liverpool.
Yes.
Hence the wheels comment. Thanks, Stuart, for that. Just keep the engines running at traffic lights and just keep moving.
Yeah, that was nice. It was great for him to come out with us as well, and then have dinner with us. So sorry, lunch.
In the golf club there, which was really nice. And then off to the Lake District, which didn't take too long. Awesome hotel, right on the lake, beautiful views. As usual, our private parking out front.
Yeah, I remember Stuart and I having a team meet and us finding. I say us, you actually found that live whilst we were in that meeting. And I remember you just plucking this unbelievable hotel out of nowhere. What do you think of this, Greg? It's like, oh my God, yes, that's the one. And they were great, weren't they? That was a really, really good hotel. They were absolutely.
And all the rooms overlooked the
Attentive.
lake. Everybody had a sea
Sea
view.
Yeah, we made sure they all had the views.
Which was awesome. Food was lovely. And we had our own private dining room, which was nice.
As a group, yeah, we had a group private dining area.
And we tried the afternoon tea, didn't we? Which was the first for us, wasn't it?
Yes,
And,
yes, that generated a bit.
We didn't know how that was going to go, but that went
controversy,
down
didn't it?
really well, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah. So we were out and about, weren't we? Through the mountains. Obviously, the Lake District, it's known for the lakes, obviously, but what it isn't so necessarily thought about of is how mountainous it is there. Obviously, it's very north of England, isn't it? So you're really knocking on the door of Scotland, and it's very mountainous. So we're out in the mountains, driving around all the roads, but we had this afternoon tea booked, and yes, we were sweating slightly because it cost us a couple of bob to put it on.
But
whether we were going to get back in time, but we did. Yeah, it was perfect time in the end.
The weather was awesome. I mean, we were so lucky with the weather.
Really,
Whole load of blue
really
sky,
lucky with the weather.
and that was great. And I know I mentioned it to you earlier on, when we got back to the hotel that evening, there was a bit of a problem with Hans's car. Can we do that one? Is that worth a mention?
Over to Stuart.
Yeah.
I wasn't actually there, was I?
Oh, no, that's true.
Well, as I understand it,
go on.
correct me if
You
I'm
do it.
wrong. I think Hans had a few warning lights appear on his dashboard, and Hans being Hans, he thought, I know how to fix those, disconnect the battery, connect it back up, all the warning lights go off. That's a lot cheaper than taking it to the garage.
Yes, but crucially, he'd fitted as an aftermarket bit of kit an isolator. So it wasn't Porsche standard. It was a twist,
on the top of the battery,
under the bonnet.
Yes,
essentially the front.
So what he did, as I understand it, he thought, right, well, I'll disconnect it for a while, let things settle down, and go into the hotel. So he disconnected it, shut the lid, shut the doors of the car, and went in. When he came back out, he realised that he couldn't open
the frunk was actually electronically controlled.
So he thought, not a problem. We've got the old jump starter pack thing.
Yeah.
Let's connect that up. And he was bemused that it didn't open the front until one of the gathering of men between us, there was quite a few there in the end, said, hang on a minute, you've got no kind of circuit, so you can connect it all you like. It isn't going to open the front. And that's when we realised
that there was a major problem. I mean, I was absolutely sure that was game over with that isolator, with the bonnet closed.
Yeah.
That there was the only choice he was going to have was to have that lifted and take it to a Porsche dealer.
No, you did offer him a tin opener at one point.
We did offer him a tin opener. He didn't go for that for some reason. That was just weird.
And somebody came up with an idea of a stick. No, Hans said, "Can you get me a stick?" And who was it? Julian. Went off.
Yes, before we go on to the stick,
sorry,
so what he realised is there was a very small gap that if he got a tiny stick, twig thing through that tiny little gap between the bulkhead of the car and the bonnet, you could slide that in and potentially just be enough to turn that isolator 90 degrees.
Yeah.
But we're thinking, we're at this hotel. Where are we gonna find the stick from?
Yeah.
And we're going, I just don't think we're gonna find a stick.
Yeah. But we did. In fact, Julian went off and came back with what was about 4 or 5 foot's worth of tree branch, thinking that this is a stick.
That we were looking around trying to find a stick, and there was no foliage or anything anywhere.
Lovely and clean. Yeah.
We turn around. Julian's got a massive, great log of a branch. I've got one. Anyway, you had to be there, really. It was funny. Very funny. Even now, I don't know where that came from.
No.
That just magicked out of nowhere.
But it didn't solve the problem.
Funny enough.
And somebody else, I think it was,
Andy Mayoff.
Somebody said, how about a ruler? Yeah. And I don't know, it must have come inside a hotel, but for most of us, I think they still sell them now. The old shatterproof rulers that
like
we used to have at
school.
Yeah. One of those suddenly appeared, and next thing, Hans is kind of shoving it in this gap, thinking that's just a wasted effort. And we're all saying, let's go to the bar, we'll leave him here. Here's a torch, mate. We'll see you later.
There's no way this tiny little ruler is going to move this isolator switch.
Because he also had put the plastic cover on top of the battery before he shut the bonnet. Anyway, I think you know where this is going. Next thing, ping, this bonnet opened. Oh, the cheers of the men that were there. We rejoiced. Looked up to the sky, put the branch out the way, and then headed to the bar.
But immediately to celebrate.
Got back in. That was, again, just one of those. You're right. You had to be there, but it was pretty cool to have experienced
adventure.
Such a thing.
These sort of things are always an adventure.
Indeed. So yes, that was a funny story. My next question: where's it all going, Stu? You've had some really successful tours, both in Europe and often in the UK. What's next? What's next year? What's the future bring for the tours side of the business?
Right. Well, we've got lots of ideas. So we're trying to put them together at the moment to make quite a full calendar for next year. So we're looking at doing, obviously we've got a main summer tour, which is going to be Corsica.
That's an island, if my memory serves me
It
correct,
is.
from
So there's going to be
geography.
a ferry in and out of there.
Cool.
And so that's the main summer tour. But we're looking at doing an SUV one beginning of the year.
Oh.
And then we're looking at going to Anglesey as well for a 2-nighter. So that'll be
There's
Anglesey,
a track
North
over
Wales.
there, isn't it?
There
or
is.
Am I just making it?
No, there is a track there. We haven't brought that into account really because it'll take up a lot of time. But
Yeah, fair enough.
we're looking into it. And we're also looking at doing some smaller ones as well. Because I understand there's quite a few members in the club that have got young families and things like that. They can't get away for 2 nights. So we're going to try and get a couple of 1-night tours away. So hopefully they can come out with us where they might not have done otherwise. And
Sounds very... You're going to be busy, Stuart. It's a lot of planning, because I know there's a huge amount of planning goes into these trips. It doesn't happen literally overnight. There's a lot of thought. And there's a lot of, I don't say trial and error. I know when I've talked to you about it, Greg, you know, some hotels almost work out, and then at the last minute, for all the right reasons, it doesn't. You come back to the drawing board and that sort of thing. Just quickly go back to the SUV tour. That's again another variation on a theme. How does that work? What's a qualifying SUV car? Is that too much info?
well, just a luxury SUV, so Range Rover, Lamborghini Urus, those sort of things.
Cool.
G-Wagons. And but we just thought something out of season, so February sort of time is what we're looking at the moment, maybe March, but
Bit of
something so
off-roading.
people can go off. At the end of the day, we're petrol heads, so primarily it is supercars, but if we can all go and have a bit of fun away out of season when the roads are quiet and things in vehicles that are obviously set up for the winter driving
And comfortable as well.
Great
and
idea.
comfortable, yes.
Great
Warm,
idea.
dry, comfortable. So, we're not going to be doing green laning and going through Fords and things like that so much, but just a nice way of getting around.
And variety.
So, we're going down to
variety.
Cornwall, so should be some nice out-of-season places to go and see that you're not going to want to take your supercar to.
Yeah.
So, we thought we'd go off-piste a little bit and do something a little bit different. Because a lot of people have got these lovely cars, and then once they're in the garage for the winter or so, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas quite often people have got these their dailies and family cars or whatever. So hopefully
Put them to
them
use.
to use as well. Yeah.
That's a great idea.
And the format of the tours is very popular, isn't it? And so the planning on how to set up a tour, we've got all the knowledge. But the SUVs should hopefully bring new interested parties that might not want to do it in their supercar. So
Haven't got one of those, but I'm put my name down for
Well,
a
there's-
passenger.
you've got
sit in the
time.
back. Yeah, true.
not until February, March.
I'll make
Do you
a
want me
note
to
of the
do you want me
list.
to ping you a link to the Auto Trader app?
Yeah.
Yeah, should I send that to you later? Should I do it now?
No.
Should we have a look now?
You-
Give me your credit card.
Yeah,
give me your
yeah.
credit card.
I think I've got the wife's
Qualifying vehicle.
We'll have one of those. Brilliant. Look, it sounds extremely exciting, the future for the tours company. As I say, I am absolutely, and I will do as many of these things as I can, because it's just the most wonderful experience. Again, it's not just about the driving, it's the friends you make along the way, and just getting out there, you know.
Have you made some there?
Well, not in this room.
There
no.
was the porter, wasn't there, at the Royal Champagne in Reims?
Well, you say that, he just handed me a key and nodded, not the right place, and I gave him €10, bless him. There's a friend for life. Isn't it?
What?
What? A porter?
Have I missed something?
Oh, yeah, I thought you were talking about the guy who brought the car round. No. Oh, you can cut that then. Brilliant. I think we've covered all the things I wanted to chat about.
I tell you, there is one tour format that I've spoken to Stuart about, and it's not really in planning yet, but it will come at some point, because it's a important one for me. Is don't want to talk too much about track days today, but we are introducing a track day calendar for next year. That'll be 2026. And what I would absolutely love is to combine a track day with the European tour. So in my head, I'm thinking maybe Spa. We do a driving tour around the Belgium area, but to include a track day going around Spa, which is a
I've never been to that
iconic
circuit for anything and seen anything there. That sounds great.
And then if we can if we can pull that off, the next one for me would be to do exactly the same as that, but Monza.
Yeah.
You and I went to Monza
Yeah,
recently,
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
we? And that's another iconic circuit that would be.
Have you driven the circuit?
Not driven, only in a simulator.
I tried to get us on there this year, but I couldn't pull it off with the times. their availability didn't
Yeah, of
fit
course,
into
yeah.
our schedule, unfortunately. So,
Wow.
But it is actually striking distance from quite a few
we were so
car-related,
close, weren't we? this
yeah,
year? So.
other things. So it makes sense to do Monza because you can tie it in with other things.
Well, we have many more years ahead to drop these things
That's
in
the
one
thing, is
tour or
I
another.
don't want to wait.
So
When
close
it-
to
yeah.
Lake Como as well, wasn't it? So.
Very close to Lake Como, so that could anyway. Watch this space, folks.
Yeah.
That could be on our planning agenda soon.
Exciting
But
times.
that'd be cool to tie those together.
Certainly haven't done a few of the Euro tours now. What I'm not surprised about is how quickly the next one gets booked up. Usually, mostly by the people who've been on the previous one or that particular one.
This one
It's
was
a
actually
sign.
almost, it was knocking on the door of being a problem actually, because when we released it, it got booked out in 24 hours.
Yeah.
And
Well, we offered
there was a
it
few
out
people,
to
wasn't
past participants, didn't we? Because they've been loyal to us in the past.
yeah.
So we thought we'd give them
First refusal.
first refusal.
thinking
so
a few would do it.
Yeah, and literally everything was taken up by past participants,
Yeah.
wasn't it? So every single person that signed up is a past participant.
And that's
Which is great and not great at the same time. So great that obviously the people that have actually done our tours want to do another tour. Obviously, that's great.
Yeah, I mean that's a compliment in itself.
It is, but we hadn't predicted that level of of desire. And of course, we want to make sure that there's opportunity for people that haven't done the tours before. So anyway, that's
well,
we're mindful of that, folks. So sorry if you didn't get on it.
well,
But
hence the discussion around Stuart and yourself being a lot busier in the next year or two to come to
Doing
put on
more.
more tours to cater for the
Yeah, we might have to do 2 European tours
okay
coming
then.
up.
I mean, no, it's an amazing look. You two have created such a wonderful thing, being the tours, and long may it continue and expand, so more people can have that wonderful experience of getting out on the road and all the things we've talked about. I think we've covered everything I thought we would this evening. Great to have a heads up on the tours company, where it came from, what we've done, where
I
it's
think
going.
crucially, Colin, the reason it works so well
Go on.
is actually Stuart and I totally understand what makes this tour special.
Okay.
I won't go through the formula of it because it's our kind of little IP kind of thing, but very early on I realised that Stuart and I were on the same page as to how it needed to work, what was going to be important, and what it needed to look like. And we're lucky to have ended up bumping into each other and realising that we had the enthusiasm and passion to deliver it, and it's worked, and I love it.
Has.
Well, it brings 2 things together, doesn't it? So we've got a passion for cars, and I've got a passion for travel as well, and I think you guys do as well. And when you put the 2 together, you can have a fantastic time, can't you?
Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. What a great combination. I think we call it a day on that.
Does that mean we can go home?
No,
When do I get paid?
wrong again.
Oh, hang on, cut that out.
Let me turn the lights on first. Where are you? I can hear you. I just
Greg
can't
said
see you.
50 quid.
50p.
Between 3 of us. It was going so well.
Yeah, later.
Right, money's got to change hands. Thank you, chaps.
The
again.
problem we've got now.
Oh, we're not going. I thought we were.
No, we're
Go
not.
on.
We're not quite done.
Here we go. There's more.
We normally do a quick time, don't we? It's 9:15, which is actually for you and me, Colin. That's relatively early finish, isn't it? 9:15 p.m.
Yeah. Stuart's ready for
But
bed.
Stuart and I was talking to Stuart out in the where all the old garages are, the wing.
Yeah.
So
West Wing.
Yeah. So we were chatting out there before we were being led through into the main foyer entrance.
Well, I didn't want you to get lost.
Yeah,
Brought down to the dungeon.
And I was saying to him that you won't believe the sweeping stone staircase down into where we do these podcasts, and I think he thought I was joking. But what did you think as you were coming down here?
I thought, why have we got candles?
Am I ever gonna
Self-defense,
Phantom
take
the
the boy
Opera?
out of
There's some
Liverpool.
funny noises coming from the cell or the room next door.
Yeah. I think it's some have eaten. I don't know what it is. It's the mice.
But hopefully we can find our way out. Are your guys going to come back and lead us out or not?
If you ask nicely, I think they're off duty now. No, you got until 9:30. There is staff here. Just see you off the premises.
Yes.
For all the right reasons.
Yes.
I want to make sure you leave. And
I might have parked him in a flower bed out the front.
do you know what?
When I was reversing, the back of the car
did it drop down?
Dropped down. So I don't know if I parked in a pond or something.
You have parked somewhere you shouldn't have done. There is an extension going on to that
It's
part
a
of
family
the drive.
cemetery.
Oh, you don't know how right you nearly are with that. But look,
it needs floodlighting out there, doesn't it? It's so. I suppose it's
I've got to
the
think
expense
of
of all those lights.
Yeah,
running.
I think I've got to think of light pollution here because you've got a lot of lighting going on.
And I've got to fit in isn't one of your neighbours the recently knighted Sir David Beckham? Isn't he on this side? Is it this side or that side?
Well, there's nothing that side. Wilderness and
oh right,
fields.
Is it that
the
side?
other side? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they would have something to say, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I want to stay on the right side of him because I love our kickabouts in the garden, the football. You know.
Yeah.
Again, when his wife's not tinkering around in weird dresses. Look, I think it's enough about my estate. Let's forget it about it.
People would love to come over. You should open it up to the public. Have you thought about doing that? Or not?
We have done that.
Have you?
No, we haven't. No, we're not going to do that because I'm a very private person. Keep myself to
but
myself.
it is a bit selfish.
You don't know how privileged you two are to be sitting in my dungeon right now. Oh dear!
Right, come on. We've got. It's going to be 20 minutes to get to the car from here.
I know, and Stuart's ready for bed. Bless him. Look, he said earlier on he's normally in bed by now. He's a morning person, as am I. But I make an exception.
I thought you were on your way to bed in a dressing gown, or was that a smoking jacket you're wearing?
I love this. Is that satin?
Yeah. Have a feel.
I know it does, and the fur lined collar.
Do it again, and I might cough. See why will that get you? Told you.
Matching slippers.
I'm glad your hands warm.
I know. He's like a lord, isn't he?
Did you keep your slippers from the Hotel de Paris, by the way? They
Yes.
were awesome. Beautiful blue velvet. Beautiful.
Yeah, I've still got mine.
Fit like a glove.
And the hat. Actually, I might have lost the hat.
And the suit bag.
I've got stuff of
you
yours
got it
in my car.
Yes. Okay.
Not a hat, sold that. But your
Hat
glasses. Anyway, that's not interesting to anybody who's in
Glasses.
your reading glasses.
Oh right.
Yeah. Anyway, that's way too much information.
They've all gone. There's no one listening this far into the podcast.
No,
They will have tuned out by now.
It's good night from me. We are done. And if anybody did listen to this, all I can say is
I think
thank
my
you.
mum's listening. Hi, Mum.
There you go. Honestly, stop now. I'm just going to hit the stop button. If you did listen to this, thank you very much. I can only apologise for how long it's gone on, but let's see how much is edited in and out. That's your job, Greg. Next, make
It was all gold, wasn't it, tonight?
comedy gold in part and whatever gold it was in another respect.
It's an evening I'll never get back. Thanks, guys.
It's 44 minutes you're never going to get back. Right, it's good night from me and you two chaps. Thank you again. We're calling it a day.
Good night.
Thank you, Colin. Bye.
Bye.